This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
Transervice has been a leader in the transportation and fleet maintenance industry for over 50 years. If you're a professional driver or technician looking for opportunities to be the best and work with the best, then we want you working at Transervice. Our current workforce includes over 1,000 drivers and technicians, managing over 24,000 pieces of equipment in over 120 regional and local facilities across North America and Puerto Rico, and we're getting larger all the time. Our corporate philosophy of trust, respect, and honesty has led to employees that have spent their entire career with Transervice. As with our employees, we have many customer relationships exceeding 20 years. You'll have the opportunity to learn and grow professionally in an environment that values and rewards excellence, with a variety of perks such as education support, recognition awards, career advancement opportunities, and more. A great work-life balance, a company built on values, recognition, and rewards for excellence. While our competitors offer jobs, Transervice offers you a career, not just a job. Contact us today.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another broadcast of the Transervice Sim500 Truck Series. We are in Martinsville, Virginia tonight at the wonderful little track of Martinsville Speedway. And I am Randy Pepper alongside my good friend, Nick Adams. What is happening, baby?
Randy, it's Short Track Wednesday night. It's the final time this year, unless you classify Phoenix as a short track, which I kind of don't. It's the final time this year I get to say that, Randy Pepper. 3 races remain here in the Transervice Truck Series. We're going to get right into it, Randy. We got 6 minutes till qualifying starts, and do you know what that means, Randy? We get to talk about our Championship 6.
Oh.
Ryan Howard, Justin Fuller, Derek Myers, Mike Kelly, Pedro Mojica, and Tyler Dalton. 6 different stories to get to the final 6. 6 different experiences through the season and 6 different opportunities for these guys to go out there and win a championship here in the final 3 races of the year. Randy, this is it. This is where you put your money where your mouth is, where you come out here and you show that you are the best Sim500 has to offer and that you earn the Transervice Truck Series Championship. And it all starts tonight at Martinsville, Randy. And do you know what else? There are 6 fantastic guys fighting for a championship that we now get to talk about their stories of getting to this point in the season throughout the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got three
three
guys that were really popular and really fast during the regular season. And then we got 3 other guys that really kind of had to claw to be here. And
so
it's great to see them here.
Tonight, in pre-production meetings, I thought about it. We had conversations, and we decided we're going to focus on Pedro Mojica and Mike Kelly, the 2 guys I would call the underdogs coming into the playoffs, or at least coming into the start of the season. Pedro Mojica coming into the start of this regular season at the beginning, way back in February, Randy. If you can believe that it's already been 7 months of covering the Transervice Truck Series, I couldn't believe when I thought about it yesterday. But 7 months of doing this. Pedro Mojica started off as the guy me and you said We don't know much about this kid. We looked at his stats. He had never won a Truck Series race. He had never gone out there and proven that he was the guy to beat. And then about halfway through this season, Pedro Mojica flipped a switch. He went from being middle of the pack, back half of the top 10, to being a guy who was our first back-to-back winner of the entire season, winning a total of I want to make sure I have this right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Winning 4 races.
Yeah, I was going to say
being
4
the
races.
first guy this year to win back-to-back races. He won his first race on August the 3rd at Indianapolis on a big 2-mile oval, the Brickyard, in dominant fashion. Then he went to Atlanta Superspeedway the next week. Randy Pepper, you know what he did there? He dominated at Atlanta, a brand new type of track we've never seen before with Atlanta. It's a superspeedway on 1.5 miles. It's something we've never had before. Bristol Motor Speedway on September the 14th, the 20th race of the season, the second race of the round of 18 after having a very rough Pocono. Knowing what he had to do to get himself to the round of 12, Pedro Mojica goes out and wins at Bristol. Then 1 week later at Auto Club, Pedro Mojica goes out and wins at Auto Club. And then last week, he did exactly what he knew he needed to do. He fought, he clawed, he struggled. He finished in the top 5. He beat Daniel Fockingham out by 3 points to get into the round of 6. If there's anybody this season that could be classified as the guy who came out of nowhere, they used to call Kevin Harvick Mr. Where Did He Come From? At the beginning of the season, Randy Pepper, we said, Pedro Mojica who?
Oh, we did.
And now, we know Pedro Mojica as the #1 championship contender, in my opinion.
And mine as well. We talked about that earlier in the pre-show. Before this, we were talking about it, and I said Pedro was my pick. This is a guy I'm thinking that will win this whole thing.
And then our second driver we're going to focus on tonight, Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly came into this season bolstered by me and Randy Pepper, continuing to say that we thought Mike Kelly was the #1 guy to challenge Daniel Fockingham down here at the end of the season. Mike Kelly started the season off by being 18th in points after 6 races. He struggled. He fought. He got caught up in everybody else's mistakes. Mike then started making his own mistakes, and we thought the season of Mr. Consistency was over. And then, with that intestinal fortitude, that internal struggle with yourself of, I know I'm better than how I'm performing now. I know I can fight for a championship. I know my name can be the one they call on the podium at Phoenix in November. Mike Kelly flipped the switch. Mike Kelly didn't go out there and win. Mike Kelly didn't go out there and finish first every week. Mike Kelly did something that Ryan Newman and Mark Martin made famous. Consistency. Battling for a championship, Randy Pepper, is not about going out and winning 9 races. It's not about being the guy who gets on the pole 25 times in a season. It's not about leading the most laps. It's about being there at the end of the race to gain the points to get yourself in a position. Mike Kelly has consistently, through this championship, fought his way at the end of the round into the next round. He escaped elimination in the round of 16, in the round of 18 to the round of 12 by 5 points. He escaped elimination from the round of 12 to the round of 6 by 8 points. Mike Kelly has lived on the edge all season long, and that has given him the opportunity now, Randy Pepper, to come out here at Martinsville Speedway, at Martinsville Speedway, to be one of 6 drivers who has 3 weeks left in the season to go out there and fight for a championship. And Randy, me and you both know what we saw from Mike in the Winter Series. Consistency is Mike Kelly's game. It's been his game the last 15 weeks. If there's anybody in this championship that can win it without winning races, it's Mike Kelly.
Yeah, I agree with that. No doubt about that. He is definitely very, very consistent. We've always said that, and we'll stick to that.
I, for one, am not going to make a pick until we get to Phoenix. Randy Pepper has already laid his pick down as Pedro Mojica, and man, I cannot doubt him for saying that at all. I don't know who is going to be out. Hold on, let me reload that. Sorry about that, everybody. That thing was a little bugged.
There we go.
Mike Kelly on his
Mike
second
Kelly
lap
going
does a little
around.
spin into turn 3. That's what happens here at Martinsville. We're going to talk about that now just because we talked about championship contenders throughout the pre-race show. The thing here at Martinsville is that you really do jump that rear brake bias up a lot. You jump it a lot forward to get that thing woed down and brake as late as you possibly can. What that does is it locks the front wheels up, and then it begins to turn that back end around. And as soon as you start to lose the back end here in Martinsville, there's no getting it back because there's no banking. A lot of racetracks, you start losing the rear end, you use the banking to get the rear end back where you want it, and there's not that opportunity here at Martinsville. As soon as it starts to come around, it's going around.
Yeah, there's no stopping it.
Mojica, your provisional pole sitter. Glenn Campbell in second with a 19.82. Tyler Dalton third, provisionally with a 19.85. Tommy Ryan in fourth with a provisional 19.88. Tommy Ryan will hand the championship at Phoenix to his successor. Whoever his successor is the champion of the Transervice Truck Series this year. Tommy Ryan, a fantastic champion for the last 12 months here in the Transervice Truck Series, really proved how a champion should hold himself, right? Randy Pepper, he fought for a championship. He came in here. He did everything he could. Wasn't able to get himself out of the round of 16, the round of 18, but he damn sure tried his hardest.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he definitely did.
This man right here, Ryan Howard in the 33. He's going to start provisionally P4. Brian Macklin in the Navy and the Navy Toyota, provisionally P2.
Another guy that we really thought would probably be in the playoffs and wasn't.
You know, we were talking about we're not just going to focus on the championship guys on their stories of the year. We're going to talk about the really shocking guys who didn't make it to the championship 6. Daniel Falkingham is going to have a piece done on him. Justin Fuller, Brian Macklin, Hamish Gallagher, who's very surprising he didn't get through. A lot of these guys, Tommy Ryan. We're going to talk about what went wrong for Tommy Ryan this year. But the opportunities that these guys have had, I mean, we're looking right here at the 51 of Justin Fuller. Real life got it. Oh, I'm sorry. Justin Fuller's in the championship 6. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was
thinking of somebody else.
It's okay.
Justin
I'm like,
Fuller.
okay,
Justin
he'll catch
Fuller.
himself
Yeah,
sooner or later.
I got it. I caught
I'll let
it.
him go ahead.
Justin Fuller,
Spot
P2.
on out of that.
Provisionally P2. I was thinking of Trey Heinsohn. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't throw stones at me. Leave me alone.
You know what you say to me all the time? I hate you. I hate you.
I hate me too. Don't worry. E.J. O'Rourke, one of the shocking surprises that didn't make it out of the round of 18.
Absolutely.
Missing 2 races in the round of 18 really killed E.J.'s chances at a championship. And E.J., real life got in the way of him being able to get here for a couple of weeks, and that happens. It's sim racing. Sim racing does not come above anything else. You're not getting paid millions of dollars to do this. This is for these guys to have fun. EJ, unfortunately, not able to fight for a championship this year, but that doesn't mean he won't be back fighting for it next year. Provisionally in P4, and just because we're not going to be, covering the Sim500 Transervice Truck Series next year, doesn't mean I'm not going to be watching it. I'm excited for what these guys do. These guys really just make me so happy. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're good. They're very, very good. I wish our new home would be as competitive as this whole entire field. Unfortunately, only half of it is so far. Not saying anything bad about them. Just saying it's not the same. This is hard. I mean, these guys are hard to beat. There's no doubt about it.
This is by far one of the premier places in sim racing.
Yeah.
By far. The names that have come through here, the names that are going to come through here and then leave to go to bigger and better places. And when I say bigger and better places, I mean professional iRacing. The names that are going to come through here, the names that should, in my opinion, be in professional iRacing, it's just shocking. The number of talented drivers here that put in countless hours and hours and hours of work throughout the week are guys that, we see here fighting for a championship. Those guys are the ones that put in the most work, and it shows. I mean, it shows with their professionalism on the track.
Yeah,
when we interview these guys, I have never interviewed a bunch of sim racers who are more professional than the Sim500 bunch.
Yep, I mean, we thought we had a great, like some of the best guys in the IVRL, which a lot of those guys were. But it was only half of the field or 3/4 of the field. This is the whole entire field, all the way from the top to the bottom. All these guys could go in any other league and win races with no problem.
This is by far like watching the Coke Zero series. It really is. Why did I call it the Coke series? It hasn't been at least I didn't call it the Peak Antifreeze series, but man, it hasn't been that in a long time. 150 laps lay ahead of us here at the Martinsville Speedway. Randy Pepper, we're about to show everybody the official grid here tonight.
Do it.
Here we go. On pole, Pedro Mojica in the number 58. Why is that so damn bright? There we go. Pedro Mojica in the number 58. Justin Fuller in second in the number 51. Brian Macklin in 30. Jay O'Rourke in fourth. Glenn Campbell fifth. Derek Myers sixth. Ryan Howard seventh. Tyler Dalton in eighth. Tommy Ryan in ninth. Mike Kelly in 10th. Stony Benfield 11th. Hamish Gallagher back in 12th. We go back to row 7. It's going to be John Higman Jr. and Kevin Stone. Row 8 is going to be Richard Swaverly and Doug Sigmund. Back in 17th and 18th, Ron Holyfield and Mike Montesi. Rounding out in row 10, Jeff Ryan and Daniel Falkenham. Row 11 going to be Scott Simley and Chuck Sweeting. Row 12 going to be Doug Roth and Joey Gattina. Row 13, Randy Yoakum, Kevin England. Craig Martin and Brian Wortman bring them home in 27th and 28th. Then rounding out the field in 29th is going to be Ed Burrell.
That will make up our field for tonight. The pace truck is bringing the field around.
Here we go. We're going to get another lap around here. It's 2 laps to before we go green at the Martinsville Speedway with the pace truck. Do a full pace lap and then another half one. Randy, we talk about guys like Justin Fuller on the outside lane. We'll have a piece on him next week, but Justin Fuller's been one of those guys that from the beginning of this season we thought would be out here battling for a championship. And Justin Fuller just consistently has been up there battling at the front. He has quickly become the favorite this year for his second championship.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the guy is a super talent. A super talent. I mean, he can win it at any time, and he takes this very, very seriously.
He hasn't been champion since 2018. Justin Fuller, with 3 races left in the season, begins that battle for his second championship. And the green flag flies. We have some tires spinning, but we're all going to get into turn 1. The question is will we survive out of turn 1 here in the race 1 of the round of 8 in the Transervice Truck Series?
They will run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and off of 4. Your leader, Pedro Mojica, leads the field across the line for the first time tonight with Fuller in tow, followed by E.J. O'Rourke and Macklin. Myers and Campbell are all back there fighting side by side as they make their way down the back straightaway for the second time tonight into turn 3 and 4.
Oh, Derek Myers! He locked it up big time, went into the grass. Behind him, Ryan Howard to the inside. Oh, Derek Myers is around! Derek Myers in the wall! Big incident here! Derek Myers goes around on the exit of 2. The track is blocked. Hamish Gallagher's involved. The 3's involved. Oh, my goodness. Jeff Ryan has some pretty big damage. The 23 of Derek Myers, though, that truck is killed.
That is unbelievable. That's one of our playoff contenders, too.
That right there could be he just got loose off the okay. It really all started back here. I mean, he got out of shape. He got the bumper. That's what happened. He got the bumper on the on the entrance to turn 3. We'll see right here. He gets the bumper from Ryan Howard as he checks up, almost spins out into there, and then he gets back on it. He's got dirt in the back tires there, gets up on the throttle on the exit of 2, just can't get it straight, and just, he just begins to spin out and right across the track in front of the 60. The 23 instantly blows the motor. That's going to be the end of the night for the 23.
Yeah, and you see the calling Dr. Love truck get into him as well.
That's a really difficult way to start your playoffs if you're Derek Myers. Your round of 8. That right there almost makes it where you have to win the next 2 races to battle for a championship.
Yeah,
That is a shame.
I mean, you got 3 races to do it. It's almost a kiss of death unless you want to, you got to win. You're gonna have to pull yourself up and win a race to kind of pull those points away. But oh boy, that's a lot of points. It's just a lot of points. I mean, we're lap 3 and we've got a major implication already happened here.
Oh yeah, listen, I'm gonna say it. I said it a lot already in these playoffs, but major playoff implications. That's massive. I mean, he's gonna end up finishing 27th, 29th, which is the back of this field. That's going to make it very, very difficult, almost impossible.
Yeah,
that's a shame after 24 weeks of battling hard. We knew stuff like that would happen here in Martinsville. We knew it was going to happen. Somebody was going to end up getting a little loose or something, but he's going to come out of tonight with 15 points. I mean, that's not going to help him at all.
No.
Unless we have a bunch of playoff issues for these guys tonight. This was one of those races that anything would happen. Him getting back there and now only getting those 15 points for the evening, that's going to be really, really rough on his championship hopes.
Yeah. Tough break. You hate to see that this early on in the race. You just, I feel for the guy. Because I know that's got to be some major frustration. And I'm sure he's looking at Howard thinking, why did you bump me like that? But, it's Martinsville. Here we go. We're stacking them back up, and we're going green flag racing as the base truck has pulled off. Green flag about to fly with Mojica down low, Fuller up high. The green flag flies again. Mojica gets a great run, jumps out to a 1/2 of a Carling over Fuller. Fuller's got a good battle for E.J. O'Rourke, who's down on the inside. And E.J. will clear the Fuller truck and line up right in back of the leader Mojica, and they will make their way across the line to complete lap number 9.
As we go off into 1 and 2 for the 9th time tonight, E.J. O'Rourke was able to make quick work of Justin Fuller. He's gotten onto the back bumper of Pedro Mojica. The 41 might be very, very fast here tonight. He's one of the fastest cars here, looking like it so far at least. It's very early in the evening. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But that 41 truck, could be a race thrower. It could throw the race on its head here tonight if the 41 gets up there and gets a little bit racy with these playoff guys.
Now, if you are Pedro Mojica, do you let O'Rourke around you because you don't want to be that racy with him, especially this early on? You don't want to end up in the wall or.
Oh, I think It's an easy answer. I mean, if you're Pedro Mojica, your number one goal now is the next 3 weeks just finish ahead of these other 5 guys. Yes. You've already got that in the bag now on Derek Myers. He's out tonight. He's done. It's over. He's over for the evening. Now you're just going to worry about Justin Fuller, Ryan Howard, Tyler Dalton, and Mike Kelly. You just run your race, and you worry about finishing ahead of those guys. You just start point racing now. You don't race for anything else. You start point racing.
Well, let's look at those playoff guys right now. We got Mojica running first, Fuller running third, Howard 6th, Dalton is 7th, and Kelly is 9th right now. They're all in the top 10. So Mojica, all he has to do is stay where he's at. Even if he finishes second, he's still ahead of everyone else. I mean, we're 14 laps into this thing. A lot can happen over the 100 or so laps left in this event tonight.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, a lot's going to happen, right?
Whoa, look at that. But O'Rourke has already given the bumper to the back of that 58.
Yeah, he's letting him know I'm here. He's giving him an opportunity. He's telling him, hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, get out of my way. I'm faster. I want to get this lead. I want to drive away. This is a track that I feel like I should win at. It's a track I feel like I should dominate. I want to get past you. Get out of my way or I'm going to move you.
Yeah, and Mojica needs to think about that, definitely. We've talked about it a little bit here, but I think he needs to think about it and maybe just let O'Rourke. He's right there.
He's right there. I mean, he's up his trumpet.
Yeah, he's definitely giving him the tip.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. He gave him another bump. He's telling Pedro. He's telling him,
out.
I'm in there. I'm going to move you. Get out of my way.
I've got nothing to lose.
These
You've
are
got
the kind
everything to
taps.
lose.
These are the very nice taps. These are the, hey, I'm here. Eventually, he's not going to be so happy and kind about it. He's going to move you. These are the things that as a championship contender, you have to start thinking about differently. As the caution comes out here, we'll take a look and see if we can find out why the caution is out. I believe it's the one of Ron Holyfield. Yeah, the one of Ron Holyfield backed it in the wall on the front stretch. See if we can see what happened to Ron Holyfield here. It's going to be just getting loose and a little bit of a tap, and then he's going to come up the track. He's going to just spin out to the bottom of the racetrack. And then as he's trying to back up, I think he might stall it here against the wall. Looks like, yeah, he gave it a little bit of a stall. Had to get it fired back up. Should stay on the lead lap, though. And the leader's not going to come to the pits. Ron Holyfield actually might lose a lap. They might give him a wave around at the leader's pit, but he might lose. He's most likely going to lose a lap here, actually.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose a lap. It looked like Mojica came around as he was sitting there.
Let's take a look and see if we can see any damage to the back bumper of that 58. I mean, it's still square. He hasn't been given one of those big shots yet, but he definitely needs to think long-term in this battle with E.J. O'Rourke.
Big picture, not little picture.
Yeah,
big picture.
I mean, this man right here is a Final Six contender. You got to make sure that you're battling for the right reasons right now and not allowing yourself to get caught up in something. As you look back here at E.J. O'Rourke, and he's not a Final Six contender.
No. He kind of basically took himself out of this whole thing by missing a couple races. Although otherwise, he might actually be one of these 6 contenders right now.
There's a fair chance he would be up here battling for a championship right now. But Brian Macklin, Glenn Campbell, these are the guys. Those guys in E.J. O'Rourke right now. Daniel Falkenham, who started 20th up to 7th. These are the guys that could throw spanners into the wrenches for all of these Final Six guys.
Spanners?
Spanners into the works, yeah. Spanners into the works. They can really throw those in there tonight.
Well, I will say this. I was, believe it or not, I was eating lunch with the racing guy today, and he actually picked a driver to win this whole thing. I asked him, which of these 6 guys do you pick? And Pat Patterson said, I'm looking for Howard.
Pat Patterson picked Ryan Howard, huh? Why did he pick Ryan Howard?
Mainly because he likes the number 33 from Harry Gant.
Well, I mean, we look at Ryan Howard. He's in 6th. He started 7th. He's not having a terrible night. Got a little bit of right front damage from the incident early on in this race, but I mean, there's really not much he can worry about or complain about currently. He's up to 6th, like I said. He's ahead of Tyler Dalton and Mike Kelly. He's got himself currently sitting 3rd in this championship.
Yeah, and he liked the other thing. He liked the Virginia811.com because he's a big Virginia fan. I don't know why, but he is.
Did you say Virginia 811?
Yes, Virginia
Hold
811.
on, Randy Pepper.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call.
Hope you enjoyed that commercial for Virginia811.com. Remember, know before you dig. And here we go. We're digging in. Here we go. Pedro Mojica jumps out again. This time, Fuller says, I'm not letting EJ get around me. I'm getting in front of him. So here goes Fuller, jumps in front of EJ. Glenn Campbell, the Rhinestone Cowboy, jumping down there, trying to get around Macklin and trying to get around EJ O'Rourke. He's got a great run down on the bottom of the track. Will it stick? No, it will not. EJ O'Rourke says, I'm not falling for that.
Glenn Campbell sending it. They're going to wreck into 1. 3 trucks involved. The 41, the 44, and the 30 all go up the track. And what the heck was that?
I'm not so sure that Glenn Campbell wasn't telling him I'm a lineman for the county and I'm getting around you. And he stuck a line on the back of E.J. O'Rourke and pull him around.
What in the world happened here off in a 1? E.J. O'Rourke gave him a little shot. The 44 just misjudged the braking zone, got on the brakes a little too hard, and he wasn't able to turn into the corner where he wanted to. Got caught in the back bumper of the 41, sorry. And that sent them around. And there's going to be some heated conversations.
That as well.
There's going to be some heated conversations revolving that one.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah, just hard on the brakes, couldn't stop. He couldn't turn straight. He just couldn't turn into the corner where he wanted to. He was going to run through him. He decided instead of running through him, I'll drive him into the corner. I mean, it's a better decision than running through him, but it's an unfortunate situation for everybody involved.
Yeah, it is. And there still is some conversation going on right now.
Yeah, no, I would assume that there would be some conversation about that one between the drivers, on the radio currently. That one was a rough one. Yeah. It happens. It's a long season that happens.
The thing that happened out of all this, though, is this. You got 3 guys kind of knocked back. You had E.J. O'Rourke, who was extremely fast, Glenn Campbell, and Macklin as well. All 3 of those guys are out of the equation up there. What that did was allow Daniel Falkingham to now start 3rd. So now we got Falkingham up there with these guys as well. Will his luck be better than the previous guys trying to run 3rd and 4th? Who knows? But Pedro Mojica and Fuller see him back there and they're like, do we just let him go ahead and race, or do we actually try to race with Daniel Falkingham, who started back in 20th, I believe? Wasn't that about where he started?
Yeah, he started back in 20th. These are the current points as we sit now. Obviously, this is going to change throughout the championship. Hold on. Need to do my job better. Let's try that now. Those are the current points as they sit now. Before the race, obviously, everybody's at 3,000. Right now, if the race was to end, Pedro Mojica gets max points. He's led every lap so far. Done all that. 3,048. Obviously, this is going to change consistently, but look at the one I wanted to really push on was look at Derek Myers. That's the one that hurts the most if you're Derek Myers. I mean, he's going to be at least 35 points. At least 30 points behind whoever comes out of here tonight. Unless there's major calamity with all these playoff guys. But, yeah, that's a rough one for Derek Myers.
Yep. Lights are off on top of the pace truck as the field will line them back up 2 by 2, side by side. And we'll go back to green flag racing on lap 31 of 150. The Sim500 Transervice Truck Series here at Martinsville Motor Speedway. On the Ghost Fire Media Network, pace truck is off. Here we go. Waiting for the gas to go as the field comes off of 4. And we are green flag racing once again as Mojica will take him down to turn number 1 with everyone behind him in tow. As we look on board there of the Virginia A11 of Howard. Howard looks out his front driver's mirror or out front windshield, and he's watching this and watching the number 2 of Mike Kelly getting around him. Kelly coming alive.
Daniel Falkingham jumps to the inside. He's now moving into 2nd to the inside of Justin Fuller. Big move, power move by that Chevy Silverado off into 3. Fuller's going to drive it off in there in the outside. He knows how important these spots are for his title hopes. And the caution comes out again as we have another couple of trucks around. And it looks like this time it might have involved the 127 and the 74. We'll take a look, see exactly where the caution came out at. This is kind of what you expect throughout these types of races. Oh, it's way back in the middle back here.
Wow.
E.J. O'Rourke was almost involved in that. Let's see if we can find out what happened once more. Is it right? It's the 21. The 21 truck of Ed Burrell nose first into that wall. That's a rough hit.
That was. He started dead last.
He just slid up on the exit of the corner in the 57. And the Kiss truck got it too. 57 got some pretty serious left front damage. That Frog Alley Brewing Company car destroyed on the right front, though. That 21 truck took a lot of damage. I'm really surprised there was a caution by NASCAR. Everybody continued to go forward. I mean, last night. So, this is the inconsistencies in the sim racing service.
Hey, I knew you were going to bring this up.
This is the inconsistencies in the sim racing service that need to be fixed. Last night, we cost a guy a shot at a win on our Tuesday night racing league. Cost a guy a shot at maybe winning the race because of an incident just like that where the caution didn't come out, and the only thing he knew, because he couldn't see it out of his front windshield, was to continue to go full throttle. And he drove almost into the side of a truck that was in the middle of the track because the spotter didn't call it out. iRacing didn't throw the caution, and it was still a green flag track. It was a green flag track until he got to the wreck. But iRacing calls that a caution.
Yeah.
Come on, NASCAR, get it together.
Come on, Dale Jr., you can fix this. You should know better.
It really is like watching NASCAR sometimes when we're here on the sim racing services. I mean, there's no reason that should have been.
Yeah. If it wasn't going to be called last night, it shouldn't be called tonight.
No, not at all. There's no reason behind it. But it is what it is, Randy Pepper. They're working on it every day. They're trying their best. They're working to fix these issues.
Yeah, they are. And it's the best thing we got going today, for sure.
Oh, I mean, listen, I might complain about some things here and there on iRacing, but this is by far the best and easiest place to be able to do our jobs.
Absolutely. Definitely is not going to be on EA Sports, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Pace truck lights are out. We're going back to green flag racing, and Sophia will line them back up again. Door handle to door handle. Lug nut to lug nut. Everybody getting back their game face, getting it back on. Will Daniel Falkham jump to the inside of Fuller once again? Will Mike Kelly jump up there? Here we go. They're getting ready. They are moving. And green flag is out. Once again, here goes Mojica. Jumps right up in front of both Fuller and Falkingham to block them. Make sure that they don't get around.
Chuck Sweeting has gone around behind the field. Chuck Sweeting has gone around behind the field.
Caution is out.
Damage on the 57. Let's see what happened here. On the restart. They locked him up in front of him. The 57 just never got going, and he locked up the brakes. Locked up the brakes, did the 57.
I think there's too much damage on that truck. He should be able to continue.
Yeah, the front end doesn't look too bad on that truck now. Hard on the brakes, but if that would have... Oh, he got a little bit of help. He got a little bit of help. Just
he got in there.
The most minute, a little bit of assistance for the 57,
yeah.
But that was just one of those that it happens. Well, folks, we're under the fifth caution here, 40 laps in. We're going to take a 30-second commercial break. We're going to hear from our friends over at VA 811.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
All right, back here at Martinsville Motor Speedway. Here we are on the Ghost Fire Media Network. Pedro Mojica continues to lead after 41 laps. Daniel Falkingham is running second. Justin Fuller is third. Mike Kelly is fourth. Ron Howard is fifth. And sixth is Tyler Dalton. So it's going to be a good night for sure. We've had 5 cautions so far, but I think eventually we're going to weed this whole thing out and we will get some green flag racing. This is kind of uncharacteristic for these guys. We don't usually see this many cautions this early on, but the track is a little slippery in certain spots, and I think that is playing a little havoc with some of these drivers. Trying to get that out. Slowly around the track. Pace truck is bringing them. And Nick accidentally said the Virginia 811 before that commercial. It was actually the North Carolina 811. Either way, know before you dig. Digger. Is Digger around tonight? I wonder if Digger is anywhere out here. Lights are out on top of the pace truck. We're going to go back to green flag racing once again. Concentration, concentration. That's all we got now. Everybody's got to concentrate and make things happen this time. See if we can get some laps in here. Get these tires warmed up as they come off of turn number 4. And on the gas goes Mohican. He almost gets a little shove from Justin Fuller. Fuller right there behind him trying to beat Daniel Falkingham down off the turn. Bottom of the track, Fuller is. Falkingham is up high, side by side for that second position. Falkingham gets a really good run. Thought he was going to be able to clear Fuller, but no, it's not going to happen. Fuller has a better run down on the bottom. That time around, Falkingham was just a nose ahead of him. Falkingham, we got caution out once again. Caution flies.
Oh, my God. This is a big one behind him, Randy. This is a massive one. We got about 14 trucks involved in this.
Damn, a lamb of my ding-dong.
This is the back half of the field. This is the back half of the field involved in this.
Smoke
Holy schmoly. It starts back there with you already see it.
EJ O'Rourke.
You already see it. EJ O'Rourke gets around, and then boom, and then the track is blocked. The track is blocked. All those guys counted as involved, according to iRacing, but that's just not true. They definitely were not involved.
No,
They
they
just had to
definitely were
stop.
not.
It's just EJ O'Rourke in the 44 and the 14, realistically. But let's see, how in the world did the 44 the 41 of EJ get up there? You got Scott Simley ahead of him. Oh, Scott Simley brakes hard going into the corner. EJ just outbrakes himself. And then he can't get it going, and he's up in the marbles, and then boom, right across the track. And oh my goodness, that was a hit for the one. Ron Holyfield took a hit. So did the 44 Glenn Campbell.
Joey Katina actually got some pretty heavy damage out of that as well.
Well, Randy Pepper, while we're under caution here, we'll focus on another one of our final 6 contenders. Tyler Dalton, one of the guys this season who came in, me and you again, because of what we saw in the winter series, we already knew what Tyler's weakness was. And we talked about it all year at 1.5 miles. His weakness is and continues to be saving those tires. He's gotten better at that. He's consistently been able to fight himself into the championship. Last week, Tyler Dalton did what a lot of people, I don't think, thought he could do. And at the end of the Chicago race, Tyler Dalton beat Daniel Falkingham by 1 point to get into the final 6. Yeah. Tyler Dalton, with consistency this year, 12 top 10s, 5 top 5s, the consistency enough to show that through 22 races, he was good enough to get himself up here. He won 5 poles this year. He only had 79 incidents. He has been a part of the 3rd most laps of anybody in this entire league this year. He has run the 3rd most laps. That means he's gotten involved in the least amount of junk. Tyler Dalton got a win earlier this year. A win back in the spring, I believe. Let me take a look. It was back at Charlotte, so it was dead set in the middle of summer for the 19 of Tyler Dalton when he got his win. He pointed his way into the round of 12. Back at the round of 12 cutoff, Tyler Dalton was in 4th. Consistency through the playoffs. Then he gets here. At the end of the regular season at Daytona, Tyler Dalton was in the top 10 of the playoffs in 10th. He finished about 80 points ahead of the cut line. Tyler Dalton was consistent throughout the season. He was consistent in the round of 12. He got himself from the round of 18 to the round of 12 by finishing in 4th. Then he comes out in the round of 8. Sorry, the round of 12 that goes to the round of 6, and he gets himself in by 1 point. And now tonight, got himself sitting in 8th. Tyler Dalton, that consistency factor. We'll see if he can start saving those tires at the 1.5 miles. It's going to be key next week. But Tyler Dalton, a definite championship contender here who could really put a damper on Pedro Mojica or Mike Kelly's championship hopes.
Yeah, he could. There's no doubt about that. Field stacks them up, and here they come off of the turn and across the line. Mojica gets a great run as Fuller and Daniel Falkingham are fighting for that second position. Falkingham wants to get around. Falkingham has nothing to lose. He's going to go.
Is he going to make that work?
He's going to try. He's going to try to make it work on the outside and try to get around Pedro.
Here he comes.
That's a little too close for comfort there. I don't care.
If I'm Pedro Mojica, I know I'm on the inside lane, but man, oh man, am I getting on the brakes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm letting the 39 go by. Oh, there's millimeters. If he even touches one of those curbs on the inside lane, he's going to door Daniel Falkingham and maybe door himself into a wall. And Justin Fuller takes advantage of what the 51 does to the 39 on the exit of 4. He jumps into the inside of Falkingham. Pedro Mojica's led all 53 laps, Randy, but we got a 3-way battle for the lead that's getting spicy here at Martinsville.
It's getting jalapeno spicy for sure. Actually, some hot, spicy chicken is what it's looking like, because Fuller's not letting Falkingham get away, but this time Falkingham is able to pull the truck down in front of Fuller and will secure that second position. Now he's going to set his sights on the leader, Mojica. And Mojica's got to be going, what am I going to do here? Do I just let him pass me, and then I got to fight with Fuller, or just kind of ride it out? And who knows? I don't know. Maybe. I know Daniel Falkingham and Pedro do talk. So maybe.
Well, they're teammates.
Maybe. Daniel is going to let him just go ahead and breathe a little bit. Maybe he's going to sit there between him and Fuller, allowing Mojica to get that one extra point, having him behind Daniel Falkingham. I don't know. There could be some strategy going on right now.
Well, Randy Pepper, I'm not down there in the booth with you, up there in the booth with you this evening. I'm down here in pit lane. And I'll tell you, I just looked behind me and I can see the number 29. The number 23. Derek Meyer's team, they are packing up the pit box. They have officially pulled the plug on that car tonight. After just 5 laps, that car was involved in an incident to begin the race. Derek Meyer's championship hopes get dashed here to begin with. They really haven't taken a damper here tonight. They're packing that pit box up 3 stalls down from me. And currently, I'm watching the dejected faces on those pit crew members. They know this just got a lot harder down there here on pit road.
Very, very hard. It's never a good thing to be knocked out early, because now you got a big uphill battle. Fuller getting right on the back bumper of Falkingham, stalking him. Fuller knows he has to get around Falkingham to get that extra point. Maybe he'll stalk him for a while, and eventually, once the laps wind down, maybe Fuller will get a little bit more aggressive. You see Mike Kelly back there with Howard. They're all running back there, just kind of minding their own. We got kind of a single file conga line lining up, and Fuller gets a little loose off the turn that time.
He does. Randy, again, I'm down here in pit road. I'm down here in Daniel Falkingham's stall, and I was talking to his crew chief earlier this afternoon before the race began. And we had a conversation about what they're getting ready for this race was different. And he goes, well, the first thing we did this week is the minute we found out we weren't in the championship hopes anymore, we went down to our team owner here at Team Name. We talked to him and we said, hey, Justin Fuller's in the wall behind him. Fuller, big damage. We'll talk about that in a second with Daniel Falkingham, but Justin Fuller, serious right rear damage on the 51.
Wow.
That truck is driving like junk right now, Randy Pepper. I'm looking at it from here. I can see his hands. He's sawing at the wheel.
He was driving like junk prior to that. The truck was so loose.
Yeah, he might have broke the toe on the back of that truck. I'm really surprised that wasn't a caution, NASCAR. You called the caution for the other thing earlier. Consistency.
Well, he didn't stop, so.
We'll keep an eye on the 51 of Justin Fuller. He might not fall back any further than that. But once again, what we were saying is we were talking to Falkenham's pit crew chief. He told me the minute they found out they weren't in the championship anymore, he went right down to his team owner and he said, hey, repaint that number 39 Chevy Silverado. Give that to Pedro Mojica from Martinsville. We know that car can go out and win. We don't know what Pedro's car is capable of. Give us his. You go out there, you give Pedro our car. We know he's going to go out there and be able to win here next week. And that's exactly what he's done. He's come out here, Randy Pepper. He's led 66 laps. So far, that was a heck of a choice by Daniel Falkenham's crew chief.
Yeah, absolutely. Big time. As Falkenham just kind of stalking Pedro Mojica. They're all by themselves. The next car behind them is Mike Kelly, and he's nearly 3 seconds back behind them.
It's such a gap.
It's huge.
Oh, and Falkenham goes to the inside of Mojica. Mojica says, here you go. Go on by, buddy. Take the lead.
Yep. Let him go.
Oh, not so fast. Mojica looked like he might be coming back at him, but he's not.
I think he's just going to let him go.
I think Mojica thinks that he may have, he's not there yet to have most laps led for the race locked up. But he now knows that the number one challenger he had behind him in Justin Fuller, that was another championship guy, is all the way back in fourth and falling back a little bit further because of that damage on the right rear. Ryan Howard's actually beginning to battle with Justin Fuller. He's getting up on that back bumper, entering the corner, really making a move here on Justin Fuller.
If he gets up there, then he may bring maybe Tyler Dalton with him as well, as Ryan and Dalton are back there in 6th and 7th.
This is one of those things that we really wanted to see. I mean, the championship 6, 5 of the 6 drivers are still in this race. All 5 guys are in the top 7. They do say the cream rises to the top, and when you're fighting for a championship, another level of your game comes out. And all 5 of these guys that weren't involved in the wreck on lap number 5 are absolutely on top of their game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got another one for you, Randy Pepper, down here in pit road. I'm looking behind me, the 14 of Joey Gattina's team. They are also packing up the truck, and it looks like the 32 is also packing up the pit box. So 2 more trucks have fallen out of this race here tonight. The caution is out. Stoney Benfield has gone around. And there he is in the front stretch. Stoney Benfield just got passed by the leaders, now 3rd and 4th place. Stoney Benfield went around in the exit of 4. Take a look and see what happened to the 75. Well, into turn 3 and 4 here. He was battling with the 12. On the exit of 4, does he just get loose? He just loops it. Yep, he just loops it. One of those situations that happens here. Martinsville, a lot on the bottom of the racetrack coming out of 4. You'll loop the car. And the one pit stop for the evening is happening. Daniel Falkenham in his stall. Really far to the right, the 39 is. We'll keep an eye on that. But down here on the exit of pit lane, Randy Pepper, the points leader currently, and the pole sitter, Pedro Mojica. He has the number 1 stall. He is the perfect in, perfect out. Justin Fuller in 2nd. You know, right there on pit lane. He has another perfect in, perfect out. They're all going to fall to at least 6th as 5 cars who pitted earlier in this race stayed out. Falkenham's going to take the lead. Mike Kelly's actually going to beat the 58 off pit road.
No, that was close.
Mike Kelly got him.
Really?
Mike Kelly got him. A beautiful pit stop. A 14.37 from Mike Kelly's team to a 15.38 of Pedro Mojica has put Mike Kelly in the catbird seat.
Wow. Unbelievable. That was a great pit stop. That's all I can say.
Kelly's going to start on the inside. Mojica's going to start on the outside. You don't want to start on the outside here at Martinsville. You fall like a rock. Oh, this could change the race. Brian Wertman, he's coming into the pits. He's actually going to mess that all up for Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's not going to be the big loser in this. He's going to start on the outside lane. next to Daniel Falkenham. So you know Falkenham's not going to let him in, and Pedro Mojica's going to start on the inside lane 1 row behind him in 7th.
Yeah, so that'll null and void that whole thing.
Yeah, Mike Kelly might fall back now on that outside lane. That might be actually a not so beneficial thing for Mike Kelly.
Yep. Tell you folks, this is a lot of fun to watch this stuff and call these races as you're watching these championship contenders race against each other. It gives this whole thing a whole nother level of dramatic, racing. It really is a lot of fun to watch and call these races. As you look at the scoreboard right now, E.J. O'Rourke is actually your leader. Scott Simley is second. Roth is third. Burrell, who started dead last, is fourth. Falkingham will be the first guy that actually did pit. So it will be interesting to see what Daniel Falkingham and the rest of the field do on this restart. E.J. O'Rourke brings the field down to the start-finish line. They're on the gas. And unfortunately, Mike Kelly gets caught behind the 21 who had serious damage.
This is a disaster. This is a disaster for the two.
Lee.
Mike Kelly's gone absolutely backwards now. That truck is going backwards. He's
Pedro
back to
Mojica's
7th.
right there too.
Mojica's to the inside of the 4th to 3 wide to 1. 3 wide in Martinsville. You can't do that and get away with it. Pedro Mojica did it. Doug Roth and Scott Simley did their best to allow the championship leaders to get through. And this is one of those things, Randy, where you go, hey, listen, I know what these guys are fighting for. I know who they are. This is where you let the championship guys drive right on past.
Wow.
Good sportsmanship by a lot of these non-championship guys to let them through.
That could have been disastrous.
That could have been a absolute killer to Pedro Mojica and Justin Fuller's title hopes.
Yep.
It would have put Derek Myers right back in it, though.
Yeah, that's true. Howard was right behind that as well, so
yeah.
Howard could have got
Howard
caught in it as well.
and Kelly. It could have been 4 out of the 6 guys could have been caught in that because Tyler Dalton was back in 13th. Speaking of Tyler Dalton, where the heck did he go? He's all the way back to 13th. We talked about him. He's got brand new tires on the truck, but he's struggling. He's back in 13th, now making to the inside move of the 57, trying to move himself up to 12th. But my goodness, is he falling like a rock through this field?
I'm not sure exactly why. He must have overshot his pit or something.
Comes a battle for the lead.
Oh,
Oh, fucking him and O'Rourke. They make contact into 1. Mojica might try to make a 3 wide into 3. He's going to think much better of it.
Better watch.
He thinks much better of it. Oh, my goodness.
He's already been in 1 incident. So we know his truck is not perfect. And they will shove him out of the way and move by him. So
the caution is out. The caution is out. Big incident. Big incident back here in the back of the pack. Jeff Ryan in the 3 was involved in this. I don't believe he was the first driver, though. There it is. The 75 spun out. And then there was more incidences up here with Hamish. Because it looks like it says Hamish wrecked. I'm not sure what happened with him. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's calling out as a crash there, but that is no crash right there.
Jeff Ryan just came up there and gave him a little kiss. So that's it. That happened. Your little God of Thunder. Felt the God of Thunder come up there and licked it up. You know how many Kiss songs I can name
No.
references to that a lot. A lot more than I can on Hamish Gallagher's Taylor Swift thing. This is a rock band. Back when I grew up, Kiss was my favorite band. Used to go to school dressed as Ace Frehley. There were 4 of us. We all did that. Good times. Good times growing up listening to Kiss. The hottest band in the land. Unfortunately, this is their last tour, and they won't be around anymore. And that's a terrible thing for the world of rock and roll. They are talking about something, about some kind of manhole cover. Not sure what's going on out there.
Is the track coming up in turn 2?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. They were talking about there's a manhole cover open. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe this might turn into the old Volusia County Speedway. Back in the day, the track actually came apart during a race. And they had to stop the race because they could not race anymore because it came apart so bad. They had a giant gap in the track. Happened at Daytona National Speedway as well. They had that happen off of turn number 2. Actually have a piece of that part of the repair actually sitting on my wall right now.
Folks, it looks like our Facebook feed is currently down. I'm attempting to fix that.
Pace truck has the lights off, and we're going to go back to green flag racing, this time with Falkingham bringing the field to the green flag with Mojica on his outside.
We're good now. Sorry about that, folks.
Falkingham almost took out the pace truck.
Don't know why our Facebook feed went down, but we should be good now.
Green flag is out. Falkingham is on the grass, and look at Fuller. Fuller dives down to the bottom right behind E.J. O'Rourke. That's going to try to push E.J. around Mojica. No,
they're behind him. Look at Mike Kelly. He's doing hard blocking on Brian Macklin. He almost just put Brian Macklin to the wall down the backstretch.
Wow. Mike Kelly is racing for sure. He is racing for a championship. He knows that he has to have a great finish tonight to keep his championship is alive. I'm looking at this. I'm not sure E.J. O'Rourke is not a hindrance to these guys. As he has
E.J. has
tires.
Yeah. He's got tires that are almost 30 laps older. He's now in front of Mike Kelly here. And he's just going to be a roadblock. That's
the drone car.
In the nicest way possible that I can say. He's going to be a roadblock.
Yeah, and that's what he is right now.
Mike Kelly actually needs to get to the outside lane, and that's what he's going to do this time.
But he
lost the spot to Macklin, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to get around him. They've got to put EJ back. Get him out of the way. He's got some damage on that truck. He's got older tires. Now this time he's going to drive to the inside.
He can't get by him.
Can't get around him. No.
EJ can park that truck on the bottom of the track and he can never get past. That's the thing about Martinsville. That inside lane is king unless Mike Kelly is willing to outbrake the number 41 going into 3. He's not going to get to the inside of him.
Yeah, it's caused him he's 8th right now. He was running as high as 2nd. So this is an unfortunate incident to happen for Mike Kelly.
94
laps, 95 laps in out of the 150. So we got 55 laps left of racing. And that's a lot of time, still a lot of time for Mike Kelly to get around O'Rourke. Maybe we'll get a caution again.
Daniel Falkingham has checked out.
Another zip code again. I think he's just redeeming himself. I think he's frustrated from last week not making the playoffs, and he's just come out here to put on a clinic for a little bit and show people that I deserve to be in that playoff. I just had a bad race. Mike Kelly looks inside once again. Well, he almost got into the back of EJ that time. Dives the inside. This time he's got a quarter panel up, and he will clear the 41. And off he goes. Mike Kelly now will move himself up into the 6th position. Or actually, yeah, 7th position, excuse me. Kelly's still riding back there, going to try to reel in Macklin so he can get another position. But he's also still got to get around Ryan as well to get up there to get up to 5th. Got to get them points. Every point counts tonight. Every point.
Every point.
Choke on it.
Sorry, I'm down here in the pits, and somebody just drove by, and they're down a cylinder.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Mr. It's Chokes on deck.
We're good.
Good.
Pedro Mojica currently in 2nd. Oh, my God, Randy, take over.
Pedro Mojica is out on his own out there. He's riding by himself. Fuller is about, looks about 4, 5, 6 trucks back behind him. And that's another 2 back to Howard.
Whew, I thought it was all over.
I thought you were going to check out like I almost did
I thought
earlier this year.
I thought that was the end. Woo! We're good. We're good.
Trust me. When it happens, you'll know.
Well, I mean, I might not. I might be sleeping.
That's basically what I was doing.
That's the best. I hope that's honestly the best way to go. I hope that's how I go in my sleep.
Yeah.
But there he is, our boy Pedro Mojica in 2nd, pulling away of Justin Fuller by about half a second a lap. Brian Howard in 4th, about another second behind Justin Fuller. Teammate Tommy Ryan playing the good teammate card tonight. Just doing a little bit of blocking for the 33. Not letting the 30 get by, allowing the 33 to sit his happy butt in 4th. Back in 6th, Brian Macklin. 7th, Mike Kelly. 8th, EJ O'Rourke. 9th, Randy Yoakum. And Tyler Dalton has worked his way back into 10th as the caution comes out. Chuck Sweeting has gone around again. There's the 57. The 3rd caution the 57's been involved in tonight.
Not having a good night at all.
He's not having a good night. Martinsville is not Chuck Sweeting's favorite track. He's up on the outside there. He was falling back. He's now next to Glenn Campbell off into turn 1. And he just gets dumped.
Yep. Glenn Campbell said hello.
Yeah, it's one of those situations. I'm not sure. The pit stops are here, Randy.
Wow.
Is this the final pit stop? Mike Kelly has stayed out.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
That could. Tyler Dalton has stayed out. Mike Kelly, Glenn Campbell, Tyler Dalton, Doug Roth, Hamish Gallagher, Ed Burrell, Doug Sigmund, Brian Wertman, Stoney Benfield. This is going to work in Mike Kelly's favor. This will work in Mike Kelly's favor. About 12 trucks stayed out in the track. 9 trucks stayed out. This is going to work in Mike Kelly's favor. Mike Kelly's faster than Tyler Dalton. 9 trucks stayed out, Randy. 45 laps in Martinsville is not a long time. It might not be enough time.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of time. Daniel Falkham went from 20th all the way up to...
It took him 85 laps.
To lead.
Took him 85 laps to get in the top 5.
On trucks that had same tires. This time he's
I don't
the
know.
only guy.
There's 7 trucks between him and the lead, and he's going to be restarting on the outside with Pedro Mojica to the inside. This could be a major turning event here in the championship for Mike Kelly and Tyler Dalton if this works for them.
Yeah.
Now, this is a gamble. This is a huge gamble.
Yeah, the one that's good you got to worry about is Burrell.
Mike Kelly has led tonight, right? That's Mike
Kelly has not led.
Mike Kelly is leading a lap. Has Tyler Dalton led a lap?
No.
Justin Fuller?
No.
Ryan Howard?
No.
So Mojica and Kelly
Mojica
are only
and Kelly, the only ones. Yep.
the only ones right now. Okay. Well, and Daniel Falkenham, but obviously he doesn't count towards what I'm talking about.
No. He can win. Oh well.
Daniel Falkenham clearly has the best of the rest locked up. I don't think there's any question about that.
There's no doubt about it. Kelly bringing them around. The pace truck lights are still on. Let's see as it go across the line.
They're going to have about 40 laps to go when the green flag drops here, if not 39. The lights are off. They're going to be coming back to green with 40 to go. Falkenham's restarting 7th. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough time.
I'm going to bet that Falkenham and Mojica are up there within the next 15 laps.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll be pleasantly surprised if that happens. The pace truck is off. This could be the final restart. Most likely it's not, but it could be. On the exit of 4, Mike Kelly takes control of the field. The green flag is out. Mike Kelly takes a huge jump to the lead here at Martinsville.
And the smart thing is what Tyler Dalton did. He got to the bottom of the track as well.
They're stacking up behind him. Big stack-ups. Big stack-ups behind him.
Pedro Mojica was able to get around.
Oh, my
Daniel
goodness. Trucks
Falkenham.
up the track behind him. Almost in the wall in 3. Mojica took advantage of it, got ahead of Falkenham. Now Glenn Campbell's to the inside of Doug Roth. This double file stuff in front of Daniel Falkenham and Pedro Mojica, this is going to help Mike Kelly. Oh, Doug Roth's around. Doug Roth's around. Mojica's caught involved. But they're good. They're going to keep going. We're going to be green. Mojica with some damage. It's not going to cost him a championship spot yet. Him and Justin Fuller touching the 1.
Oh, Mojica
Contact.
got to get it back together.
The last lap and a half for Pedro Mojica has been absolute devastation. Ryan Howard is all the way up in the 3rd lane. Howard's going backwards. Howard's in the wall on the exit of 4. The last 10 minutes for these championship drivers has been absolutely turned on its head.
Fuller's the only one there. He's sitting by himself back there in 5th. He's the lone star cowboy back there by himself.
Look at Ryan Howard. All the way back here by himself with a ton of damage. A ton of damage on the 33. Mojica, from being the fastest and the first guy in the playoffs on the track all night to being in 7th right now.
He's traded places with Mike Kelly.
Oh, my goodness. And Daniel Falkenham's in 3rd.
Falkenham is working on the back of Tyler Dalton's truck right now. And like I said, I was thinking it would take about 15 laps, but it's not even taking that.
It's different to get to him and pass him. And Falkenham's going to make easy work of the 19.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's got to get around Mike Kelly. But now Mike Kelly's in that position where Pedro Mojica was.
Oh, my goodness.
Let him
Look
go
at the
and just take the
difference
spot. Yeah.
in the middle of the corner.
Yep. Oh, caution is out.
Caution is out. Glenn Campbell went around.
And that's not good for Mike Kelly.
That is, Mike Kelly's actually still your leader.
Oh, actually, he was, yeah. Well,
when the caution came out, we're actually going to take a look here. When the caution came out, let me see.
EJ Rourke and Glenn Campbell again?
Let me see where, when the caution lights come on, you'll see him down the front stretch. There they are right there. He's still your leader.
Wow.
Yeah, he's still your leader when the caution lights came on. Good news for Mike Kelly.
Lucky for him. Yeah, good thing for him because he would have been stuck on that outside. You don't want to be stuck on that outside.
That would have been the end. That would have been the end.
Yep. Daniel Falkenham can go around him on the outside and take the lead, but that will still allow Mike Kelly to stay in that bottom groove of the track. Preferred groove. that is.
31 laps remain here at the Martinsville Speedway.
Mojica has made his way up to 6th now. Okay, well, E.J. Rourke and Glenn Campbell are having a fight right now.
Oh. Well, let's see why. Oh, boy. This would be why. This would be why. That might be revenge.
Well, according to Glenn Campbell, Glenn said that was all your fault.
That might be revenge. Remember the original incident? We'll take a look here. This is what happened earlier in the race.
Yep.
Randy Pepper, you make an assumption here, okay? We're going to show you what happened earlier in the race. This is early on in the race, folks. It's about 40 laps in. Glenn Campbell gets hard in the brakes, can't stop, spins E.J. O'Rourke into the wall, right?
Yes.
That was the second caution. This is the latest caution. What does this look like to you?
Looks like revenge.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pedro Mojica was right there.
Yeah, that could have ruined Mojica's night. That could have ruined its night. It didn't, but it could have. But here's the unfortunate part for Mojica and Fuller. They're starting 4th and 6th. They're on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Bad spots for these guys.
Yep. Not where you want to start. I'm going to assume that Fuller does whatever Daniel Falkingham does. Mojica lined up right behind Fuller, so maybe all three of them will do the same thing.
All right. Pace car is off. The sun's back out. The track's going to warm up. 28 laps to go. Mike Kelly on a turn 4 has the field in his control. Stacks him up and he goes. Mike Kelly off in a 1. A big stack up on the outside. And Mike Kelly's going to take the lead and slide up on Falkingham on the exit.
A nice run there by Mike Kelly, but here comes Falkingham, dives to the bottom of the track, going to shove him out of the way. Fuller's going to tuck in right behind Falkingham, just like I thought he would. He's going to follow him. They're going to both try to get around Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly gets shoved up the track. He's got to get into the bottom of the track. And
there he goes.
In front of Dalton.
He just saved himself. He just saved himself. Pedro Mojica with a ton of front end damage on the 58.
And Fuller's going to be the winner in this whole thing, as he had some issues early on. Now he is looking good.
The caution is out. Ryan Howard has gone around.
Wow.
Ryan Howard in the 33. His bad night gets worse.
Pat Patterson's not going to be happy with that.
This is a big one. This is 6-7 trucks. It starts up here, Randy Yoakum, and I believe it might be teammates that get together. Yeah, Yoakum got turned by Howard. Oh, no. Oh, man. Teammates get together here. On the exit at 2 here, you'll see, 4 one more time. Yoakum gets in the wall, gets nudged. Nowhere to go for Howard. Pretty severe damage to the 33 on the front and rear.
Gosh, that is not good.
My goodness. Championship implications here at Martinsville. 24 to go, and Ryan Howard now sits 19th, losing a lap on pit road. This is not good.
What are our points look like right now, Nick?
Our points right now? Give me a second. Let's take a look. Give me 1 second, Randy Pepper. Let me do some mathematician stuff.
2 carry the 3, 4.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
4 divided by 3. Add 4. 6 divided by 4. Or is it the new math?
I don't know what the new math is.
Stupid. I'm trying to teach my kid new math. She's going through school and I don't understand this stuff at all. Whatever happened to 2 plus 2 equals 4? $11 cautions so far tonight. 22 laps to go here at Martinsville Speedway. With Daniel Falkingham leading the field.
All right, here are your championship standings as we sit right now. Justin Fuller would be your leader. Mike Kelly would be tied for the lead because of the 1 bonus point. Pedro Mojica would be 3rd. Tyler Dalton would be 4th with 3,028. Ryan Howard would be 5th with 3,023. It'd be really difficult to come out of these early deficits here in the round of 6. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
It could end up just being, after this, we may only have a 3-truck battle.
It really depends, yeah. If we have some serious incidences here and we have more drivers lose more points, there's definitely a good chance that, there's a 3-truck battle for a championship if they continue to race like they are.
Wow.
I know that's crazy to think of. We're in the first race of the round of 3, but round of 6, but it could become the round of 3.
Yeah, it could be. His truck is off. Falkingham down low. Mike Kelly trying to get a good run to get right behind Falkingham and get a great start. Here we go. Green flag is out, and here goes Falkingham. Fuller tried to get a good run on the outside. Kelly did not go. That backed up the field, and caution is out.
The caution is out. We've got spinners in the back. And it's Doug Roth, Randy Yokeman, Brian Wertman. 20 laps to go, 12 cautions. Short track Wednesday night.
What day is it?
Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday all day for some reason. They started back here. The field just didn't go. Randy Yokeman, you see him in front of him. They start stacking up. They start spinning. The 8 has nowhere to go. Hits the 43 pretty hard. Just nowhere to go.
No.
Nowhere to go at all.
Track is blocked.
19 laps to go here at the Martinsville Speedway. We're going to take a 1:58 break here before. This will be our last commercial of the night. We're going to hear from Transervice.
Transervice has been a leader in the transportation and fleet maintenance industry for over 50 years. If you're a professional driver or technician looking for opportunities to be the best and work with the best, then we want you working at Transervice. Our current workforce includes over 1,000 drivers and technicians, managing over 24,000 pieces of equipment in over 120 regional and local facilities across North America and Puerto Rico, and we're getting larger all the time. Our corporate philosophy of trust, respect, and honesty has led to employees that have spent their entire career with Transervice. As with our employees, we have many customer relationships exceeding 20 years. You'll have the opportunity to learn and grow professionally in an environment that values and rewards excellence, with a variety of perks such as education support, recognition awards, career advancement opportunities, and more. A great work-life balance, a company built on values, recognition, and rewards for excellence. While our competitors offer jobs, Transervice offers you a career, not just a job. Contact us today.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere. And knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
Back here at Martinsville Speedway, 15 laps remain in this Transervice truck race here at Martinsville, with Daniel Falkingham leading the field. Fuller on his outside, Kelly on the inside of row 2 with Mojica to his outside. So we got 3 of our playoff contenders right up front, and the pace truck will pull off. Here we go.
Oh, Ryan Howard. I can see it here. Randy Pepper on pit lane. They are beginning to pack up the pit box down here.
Green flag is out. Daniel Falkingham
Oh,
gets a
Kelly
great
didn't
start.
go. Kelly didn't go. He almost got turned.
Fuller did not go as well. You see Mojica diving to the inside of him, trying to get around him. Fuller had problems, and it looks like Mojica went, but I think there may be a little problem with that truck from that damage, because he was not able to hang with Fuller like he was earlier. Mike Kelly fighting with O'Rourke. O'Rourke on his outside. O'Rourke on that outside trying to hold up the rest of the traffic as he's got Ryan right behind that Mike Kelly truck. Don't want to get turned around, Mike.
Mike Kelly has the oldest tires in the track right now. He knows it. He's fighting as hard as he can.
They are side by side for that position now. Mike Kelly will have to tuck in behind EJ O'Rourke, but Ryan right behind him. Ryan had to get hard on the binders to not turn that number 2 Kodiak truck. As your 3 front runners, Falkingham, Fuller, and Mojica, have all checked out from the rest of the field. Battles right here. We're watching this Mike Kelly battle.
The 30, Brian Macklin in the wall.
Into the wall, but continues on. 10 laps remain. 10 laps remain here at Martinsville. Mike Kelly trying to hang on. I'm sure he would like to get one more spot, try to get around EJ O'Rourke, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's got to just try to hang on to 5th place position. Try to get as max points as he can. Because Fuller and Mojica are pretty much separated by themselves, and they're not getting any challenges from anybody else. So all they can do is just hang in there. Whoa, who's that? Macklin again sliding around?
Macklin hit the wall again. 8 laps to go now. Daniel Falkenham's beginning to check out on the field.
Off into another zip code. Mike Kelly just hanging on. And caution is out once again. 7 laps remaining. Sigmund, wow.
Doug Sigmund has gone around. We'll take a look and see what happened. But this just changed the event again. And Justin Fuller and Pedro Mojica have another opportunity to take the win away from Daniel Falkenham. Let's take a look and see what happened to Doug Sigmund. 0-4. The Pro System machine was off into 3. And he gets dumped. He got dumped.
He got dumped. Sigmund the Sea Monster went around.
There's got to be some issue between the 04 and the 21 from earlier in the race. He got flat out dumped right there.
Yeah, he didn't even stop. He just kept going. And he continued on as he was wrecking him.
Yeah, he drove right into the side of the truck afterwards. There was definitely something going on between them earlier in the race. This is going to bring us to a green-white checker at Martinsville for the first race of the round of 6. This is going to get fun.
Mike Kelly's going to be lined up on the inside this time.
He's going to be right behind Pedro Mojica. This is going to get fun. Ryan Howard on the outside gets a lap back. Not going to do anything for him, though.
How many laps is he down?
He's
4 or
6
5?
laps down now.
Gosh. That's too many. Not going to happen. Not going to help him at all. That's unfortunate for him as well.
The best he might be able to do is 20th.
But is that going to help him that much?
I don't think he can do 20th, actually. Hold on.
A lot of trucks are out.
He's about to take 20th this time. So the best he can do is 20th. He's about to hit that position right now.
That's a better position than Derek Myers, for sure.
Yeah, so Ryan Howard will end up finishing this this event in 20th. That's rough.
Yeah.
Rough way to start the
Playoffs.
very, very rough way.
Three laps remaining. Pace truck will make its way around again. This time, I believe the lights will go off. If they're not already out, they're off. Yeah, so the pace truck will pull off, and this will settle it right here. Pace truck is off. Balkingham will stack the field up side by side. 3 more circuits around Martinsville Motor Speedway.
Unless we get another caution, this is going to be it.
Balkingham on the gas. Here they go. Mojica gets up right behind him. He's going to shove Fuller back out. That's the best thing that could happen for him. Fuller's not going away. Fuller's on the outside, shoving himself down there. Side by side, Mojica down low. Mike Kelly back there. Mike Kelly's trying to get a position around EJ O'Rourke so he can... Oh, he gets up.
Oh, they're wrecking! EJ's around, and the caution
around.
came out before the leader took the white. We're going to get another green-white checker.
But unfortunately, Mojica's now going to be in the outside.
That might not happen. That might not happen. Those two are teammates. Daniel Falkingham could play the team game.
Oh, he could play the teammate and go to the outside.
And let Mojica have the inside.
Yes.
I don't think he'll give up the win, but he might give him the inside. To be in the
See what kind of teammate he is.
Yeah, to be a fly on the wall of the 39 right now.
Mike Kelly was in front of EJ O'Rourke, but unfortunately Brian Macklin came up there and played spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what happened to EJ. I believe EJ just got squeezed out.
Oh, I believe it too.
I think him and Mike were just going for this. Oh, Mike actually got bumped by the 30, which sent him into the corner and pushed him up the track into EJ, which spun him around. And that's the third time tonight EJ O'Rourke's been around backwards. That's an aggravated, frustrated driver who's driven himself back into the top 5 twice.
Yep.
That's got to be some major frustration behind the headset of the 41.
And Tyler Dalton has made himself back up there in the top 6 as well, though. He was all the way back in 13th at one point. Now he's all the way back up to 6th. So good run by him as well. We'll try it again. Try it again.
We'll try one more time. This is the final restart. We're going to attempt a green-white checkered. So no matter what, the next flag ends this race. Caution or a checkered, it ends the race.
And checkers or records? Build his Formula Conga line until this next time. They should line up side by side as the pace truck should turn the lights out. And the lights are out. Here we go. Next time around, we will be green flag racing once again. And it is for all of the marbles. Falkingham did not take the outside line. I am shocked at that. Are you? Unless he holds up Fuller. Field comes off the line. And here we go. Green flag is out. Falkingham pulls out. Mojica needs to get down. He has not got down. He's sitting on the outside. It's side by side for second. That's where the battle is for Fuller and Mojica. Who will get that coveted second position? They are side by side off the turn. Falkingham's going to run away for the race.
We got to the white flag. Here we go. I think Falkingham's got this one, Randy. What about you?
I'm pretty sure. I'm just kind of shocked that he actually took that inside line away from his teammate.
Daniel Falkingham's going to win here at Martinsville. Justin Fuller second. Pedro Mojica third. Brian Macklin fourth. Mike Kelly, Tyler Dalton fifth and sixth. A big way to start the championship 6 for Pedro Mojica and Justin Fuller. Massive championship implications for so many drivers here tonight.
Yeah.
Number one being Pedro Mojica, who I believe led the most laps.
Yeah, and I believe if my calculations are correct, Fuller and Mojica are tied.
Actually, I think Mojica should take the lead.
By 1 point?
3:42. Yeah.
Did he lead all the laps?
I think he led the most. I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say he didn't.
I think he didn't.
I'm not 100% sure, to be quite honest. Mike Kelly finished 5th. 39.
Falkingham is doing the Alan Kowicki lap.
He really is. Ryan Howard finished 20th.
As Nick is doing his ciphering.
Let's get the third place driver Pedro Mojica in here this evening and talk to our third place finisher.
Yeah, let's talk to Pedro.
Pedro Mojica, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, it was a very interesting and fun race to watch. A couple of things. You finished third out there tonight. Are you surprised your teammate took the inside lane on the final restart and didn't give you the inside to have an opportunity to beat Justin?
We had talked about it for a good bit, and we decided to just play it normal because the concern, if you look at that last restart before the last final restart, Daniel spun his tires and I actually got a good launch and I was all over his back bumper going into turn 1. So the concern we had is if that were to happen again and he's stuck on the outside, like I couldn't just slam the brake, right? Like it could just cause mayhem. So played it safe and I figured I could roll the top better than I did. I just didn't do a good job, and Fuller did a really good job rolling the bottom. So it is what it is, but hey, man, I'll take a third after, especially what happened there. 3/4 of the part of the race had a tremendous restart. Everything went in my favor, and then Doug Roth spun out right in front of me, and I had nowhere to go, so I lost all that track position. But hey, we were able to recover for third place, so I'll take it. And I I think we led the most laps, so we get that bonus point as well.
Awesome job for third place. When you were coming off, you were saying you usually get a really good start with Falkingham. It looked like there was a gap where you could have pulled down in front of Fuller. I was kind of surprised that you didn't pull it down. Did you have time to think about that or no?
Yeah, we could have, but I didn't want to risk him running the back of me and sending me up the track. It would have been a tight fit for sure, and so I guess I was playing it more safe because I didn't, I don't think Fuller would try to wreck me or hit me out of the way, but when you kind of jump in front of somebody like that and he pretty much is set on kill, like you end up getting run into probably 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals. I figured, like I said, I thought I could roll the top better since I had the advantage going into the corner, but he did a good job rolling the bottom and sticking to the red and white line.
And you were, I assume that you were just points racing at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I got fortunate to get out with minimal damage, right, from a couple incidents there towards the 3/4 mark, and like I said, to finish third, I'll take it because yeah, it wasn't looking too good there with like 30 to go.
No, you weren't. I agree. Well, congratulations on a third place finish, and we will. You want to thank anybody for your good run?
I want to thank you guys at Ghost Fire Media for putting on the broadcast. Hopefully, we put on a good show for you. It was a little rough, but it's Martinsville, unfortunately. All the admins, appreciate them and what they do for Sim500. I know this wasn't one of our best showings, so probably get a little bit of a talking to, but those guys do a good job and appreciate what they put up with from us. Everybody at Team Name, I think today Daniel was in, so he helped me out. We race each other hard, and he wants to go and compete and win races like he did tonight, but he also was a good teammate and helped me out, and just we had good communication during the race. So yeah, so no, I appreciate it, and yeah, again, thanks guys.
Well, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
All right, second place finisher Justin Fuller. Justin, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey, Justin, heck of a night tonight. Good recovery there after what happened about halfway through the race. So how was it out there tonight for you?
Not as good as I would have hoped. This is one of my better racetracks, and I was not very good on restarts tonight. Just couldn't get it dialed in, and kept spinning the tires through second and third gear, so I would lose ground on the restarts, couldn't maintain the top, and the setup was really loose on entry for me, so I had to put a lot of front brake into it, which made me really tight in the center, and it wasn't a normal Martinsville for me. I really expected to, at least be contending for the win a little bit more than I did. I know I finished second, so kind of sounds like I was running poorly all night, but we ran top three basically majority of the race, so we'll take it and we'll move on.
Not a bad race. I know you said it was not a good race for you. You thought you were going to do better, but it could have been a lot worse because you did get shoved back there earlier in the race, and you were able to recoup yourself and get back up there contending for the win, at least at the very end there. So I'm going to say that was not a bad run, my friend.
I mean, it wasn't a bad run. I mean, we ended up being the highest finishing playoff driver, which is good. I do think Pedro got the most laps led, so I think we're just going to be tied on points heading to Homestead next week. But, yeah, I mean, it certainly could have been worse, that's for sure. Could have been a little better also, though.
Yeah, there's always that one spot that could have been better. But either way, a good run, and looking for the big picture right now, I think you guys aren't you?
Absolutely. For sure. We got 2 more great tracks for me, and I know they're probably really good tracks for Pedro too. I really feel like he's probably the top guy. He's probably the favorite to finish us out. But Phoenix is probably arguably one of my best tracks, so I'm really looking forward to that season finale. And especially, it's one of my best tracks in the truck, I should say. So we're really looking forward to that. I think it should be a great ending of the season. We'll see about next week. I haven't raced Homestead a lot lately, so. But I just wanted to get out of here clean. I know I got a couple scrapes on the side of this thing from hitting the wall. I got really loose one lap, and I about overcorrected into the outside wall. I don't know if you guys caught it or not.
Yeah,
but
we caught it. We saw it. There were a couple laps before that. It just looked like the back end of that truck wanted to come around, and about the third or fourth time around, it looked like the back end might have scraped that outside wall, and that's what slowed you up so much.
No, I mean, I was pointing at the outside wall with the front end, so it was almost an overcorrection. It was when the first long green flag run we had. I ended up getting passed by Mike Kelly. I was right behind Daniel and Pedro at the time. You may have caught it, you may not have. I don't know. I'll go back and watch tomorrow, but that was a scary moment. I thought for sure I was going to go into the outside wall and be done for the night right there, and I was just happy to save it and be able to continue on.
Congratulations on a second place finish. Want to thank anybody?
Yeah, thanks to Sim500 all the admins for what they do. Thanks to Transervice Trucks, Transervice for what they do. They've been a long-time sponsor of Sim500. It's nice to have them still here. Thanks to all my teammates out there at Motorsports. I know they weren't up to the front too much tonight to help me out. I know Pedro and Daniel worked really well together there, so that really helped them out on the restarts. I don't think it would have mattered anyway if I had help because I was so bad on them. Thanks to you guys putting on the broadcast. I'll definitely go back and watch this tomorrow. Thanks for everybody that watched, everybody that raced. I know it's kind of a rough track, 14 cautions tonight, I believe it was, and it would be nice if we could get more green flag racing in Martinsville because it's such a great racetrack. People need to spend a little bit more time on it around other vehicles and figure out how to race here without wrecking, and we can put on a really good show.
Well, congratulations once again on the second place, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, and now we'll bring in the winner, Daniel Fockenham, who continues to dominate this season. Daniel, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. Get a copy.
Hey, what's up?
Well, another week, another Daniel Fockenham victory. This one, another dominant fashion. How was it out there tonight?
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely. I mean, I'm out of the championship hunt, so I get to come out and have some fun. That's why I decided to start in the back, and I actually got to the front pretty quickly because I was missing several incidents. Got to buy a few people to save my stuff, and was able to drive up there, get to the lead, and yeah, pretty much just control the race pretty much from there on out. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I love Martinsville. I enjoyed it a lot. So loved my short track racing, and glad to come home with another victory.
You know, Daniel, I really thought you might sit this one out. I thought you might have stayed home, maybe watched a little Chicago Fire or something like that. You know, you just come off as a Chicago Fire, Chicago Med kind of person watching, you know,
Really?
Wednesday night. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding, man. I'm playing.
Actually, I mean, my mom watches that quite a bit, so like whenever it's on, I'll actually kind of watch it a little bit. It's just whatever is on. So I mean, it's not too bad of a show, but I'm not fully invested into it. But I mean, usually if my mom watches it, then I might watch from time to time. Just depends on what's on, I guess.
That's pretty funny that you came back with that, bud. So congratulations on another win in the Sim500 League, man. A nice win. I know it was kind of a battle there at the end with all the cautions coming out. You had to reset yourself a couple times to win this thing, but did an awesome job at doing it.
Yeah, I was definitely worried about those last restarts because I just wanted that thing to go green in the end when I had like a second lead, but I had to get through a few restarts, make sure I had a big enough gap where I hopefully wouldn't get the bumper. But thankfully, try and help out Pedro there. I know he's in the run for the championship, just try and help him out as much as I can. And I know he's got two good tracks kind of ahead of him, so I think if he just gains some big points the next two races, he could be a threat for the title. So, yeah, had a lot of fun. Glad I managed those last few restarts well, and yeah, hopefully maybe we can sweep the next two races, because I think if I can win the next two, I can get to 10 wins. So hopefully we can get there, but should come out, have some fun, and just try to help out Pedro the best I can. But definitely enjoy just having just no pressure in the points. Just get to come out here, have some fun, just get to finish off the season as best as I can.
That's a good way to look at it. And go ahead and rattle off those thank yous right now.
Yep. January 31st, first rebate, Love 07, Sim Racing Development for all their support. I got to thank Joey, everyone who runs the show, Sim500. No, it's another typical Martinsville racing Sim500. It was pretty rough, but we got through it. So thanks to all the admins who put up with us, everyone who races each and every week, everyone at team name. So it was just me and Pedro tonight. So shout out to Pedro. Hopefully you can go get the title. I got to thank everyone at North Sports Racing, Preston Gilson, Vince Marsh, everybody over there, and all my teammates. Getting ready for Contender Series coming up in 2 weeks' time. Starting in on the 2nd of November. So hopefully we can make it into Coke. Got a great team behind me. I think we can do it. So appreciate all those guys for all the work. And thanks to them for letting me come over and do this. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Thanks to Cosmin paints up my truck and all my vehicles each and every week. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to Transervice for sponsoring the series, and thanks to friends and family for watching and supporting.
All right, that definitely rattles them all off there, bud. So congratulations once again on a tremendous win tonight, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yep.
All right, as we watch the replay of Daniel Falkenham doing his best Alan Quickie impression, take a look at our championship standings. Officially unofficial, because I'm still waiting to see who led the most laps tonight. Give me 2 seconds. Whoa.
You were correct.
I think I'm correct. I really do think I'm correct. Yes! I'm wrong with something. I'm wrong with something. I'm wrong with the fact that Justin Fuller did lead a lap.
Yeah, he did not lead a lap.
No, he did.
He did?
He did.
When?
He was given a lap led. So
wow.
it registered on the sim that he led a lap somewhere. So give me 2 seconds to fix this. And there we go. There's our actually updated point standings. Your leader, Justin Fuller, Pedro Mojica tied. Justin Fuller would win the tiebreaker based on top. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Pedro Mojica would win the tiebreaker unless it's based on highest finish in the round, which would go to Justin Fuller. Mike Kelly would finish. It would be in third, currently with 4,040. Tyler Dalton in 4,038 in fourth. Ryan Howard 4,024, and Derek Myers back in sixth with 4,015. Myers and Howard, really tough week to start the championship 6. They need a good race next week.
They got to have something happen in front of them as well as they have a good
Derek
race.
Myers has to have a great race next week. Has to have issues for the other guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the championship is relatively over for him. If he loses more points next week, this championship is over. Ryan Howard, same thing. There's a good 4-guy battle right there, though. Dalton, Kelly, Mojica, and Fuller. Those 4 right there are going to be able to battle pretty well for the championship.
Yeah, and I wasn't so sure that Dalton was going to be able to get back up there. It looked like at one point he was pretty much out of this thing as well.
Tyler did awesome tonight to get back up there and get up to 6th. So
yep.
Very, very good for him. But Randy, with that being said, take us out.
All right, you've been watching the broadcast of the Sim500 Transervice League race tonight from Martinsville on the Ghostfire Media Network. I'm Randy Pepper. That is Nick Adams. We will see you next week on the broadcast. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
If recent storm.
Thank you for watching iRacing Media Network.